What's up, guys? I'm back. Today, I'm going to be doing a test here on some store-bought habaneros that I had seen, because when I was at the store the other day, I seen them and I seen how they looked. And I just felt an urge to grab a few of them. So this one's got a little brown spot on the one side, but besides that, it's all good. Now, most habaneros I do see at stores aren't even half the size as this one. No, seen them about half the size of this one, even smaller. So, I was just there. I seen how these ones looked, and these ones looked real nice to me. So, figure I'll just go ahead, cut this one open, and let you know what I think of this one. But in general, I don't really get too many store-bought habaneros, mostly because they're kind of lacking in flavor versus homegrown or grown in your own garden or your own growing setup. Because for some reason, the store-bought ones just aren't done all that well. But yeah, this one does got a fair amount of placental tissue in there, so definitely does got that habanero smell to it. But we'll give this video a quick pause, and I'll be right back. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. All right. All right. This habanero. Excuse me. This one is a pretty good size one. Now, a little cough was because a little piece got caught in my windpipe. Now, I like the texture and consistency of this one. Now, in regards to flavor, I mean, it's got a typical store-bought habanero flavor, and a typical kind of pokey, stingy kind of habanero heat. But in comparison, when I'm comparing it to garden grown or homegrown kind of habaneros or peppers. It just is like they don't the same hold us the same in both like in regards to flavor. The flavor doesn't exist as much in store bought peppers. Now, in the habaneros that I've grown personally, the flavor is just more there. It's got a strong flavor to it. And the heat, like there's heat there on this one, but it's not quite there at the same mark as the homegrown ones or the garden grown ones. I think it goes in the process that they're doing now. But yes, these pods are good size, don't get me wrong. Like this one, got some decent placental tissue, and it's starting to grow another little pepper in there. But in my experiences, that's happening more and more frequent with me, where I'm growing a second pepper within a pepper. So, I mean, I even had one that grew so big or well enough inside the other pepper that you couldn't tell the second pepper was growing in there until you cut it in half and you see the cross section. Now, I like the consistency and the texture of these ones that I got from the store. They're crunchy, but the flavor isn't quite as pungent. Like, the flavor isn't the same. I mean, like, these habaneros from the store taste bland almost. I'm not saying there's no flavor. There's big transitions in flavors, so it's going from store bought to homegrown in the garden, all that. Now, my habaneros that I was growing this past season are definitely, the heat's stronger, the burn is definitely stronger, and flavor comparison, I would say like 9 times out of 10, the flavor is going to be a lot better homegrown or garden grown versus the process a lot of store bought produce usually is. Now, since I ate that second one, it's ramping up the heat a bit, which I do not mind. Now, the heat for store-bought chilies isn't bad. Because a lot of peppers you get from stores, mostly they usually have bell peppers, some sweet peppers, and maybe your basic jalapenos, serranos, maybe some Anaheims, stuff like that. Depending on your region or the stores you go to, will depend on the types of peppers they may have and the process that they're grown. Now, the flavor on these ones, excuse me, pepper burp. Flavor on these ones, I'd say for a store-bought one, the flavor is okay. Flavor is okay for, and when I'm comparing these ones versus other store-bought ones, but comparing them to flavor from the ones I've grown out in my garden to from store-bought ones, you can't compare because the flavor is so much better, richer, fuller, and heat comparison, these do have fair heat, not bad heat, and now these store-bought ones, decent heat. Comparing to the ones I've grown out in the garden, the ones out in the garden were hotter. So, but yeah, still decent chilies all around. Now, if anybody wants to know the true difference, go to any of your local store. Get some, if you're growing like a type of pepper, go to your local store, and if they got that type of pepper, go grab it, go get some, try it, then compare it to the same variety that you're growing yourself. See if you can tell a difference. Now, the flavor profiles and the heat profiles and all that will get reflected depending on how you're growing your plants. Now, oh no, those were some decent chilies that I had, and I'm going to go ahead, probably might munch on these here in a little bit when I'm going to get something to snack on. Who knows? But, alright guys, before I ramble on too much longer, I'm just going to go ahead and please like, subscribe, and share. And comment in the section below. Any questions, comments, anything. And as always, keep it spicy. Peace out. Later.